This is for the first time in nearly 37 years now that Daniel Lutz, the eldest son of the Lutz family, has come forward to tell his story. And George and Kathy Lutz in 1975 moved into a house that had been the scene of a mass murder in 1974. And they had stayed for 28 days and left all of their belongings behind and claimed the house was possessed and it was haunted and there was all manner of thing going on there. This is very much a psychological portrait of a man who's been literally indoctrinated into these events since he's been 10 years old. So I think it's unique in that way that it's not so much only about, it's not a genre picture, it's not only about the house and the hauntings. You get that too, but it's also very much about getting inside this man's head and looking at how this has dramatically affected his life. And I had a website called Amityvillefiles.com that I started when I was 18 years old. And so when this started, we started interviewing different people that were involved with the case, and people like Hans Holzer and some of the people who had lived in the house after the Lutzes, because their testimony had never been documented to any extensive detail. And I did this with a friend of mine. And so we organized this site as kind of an archive where everyone who has any interest in Amityville can go for sort of an unbiased opinion and look at all the documentation and to gather their opinion of, or formulate an opinion, because it's so difficult because there's so many layers of this story to really start to.
And from that site, someone got in touch with Eric and reached out to him and said, hey, I know Danny Lutz, would you be interested in speaking with him?
Right.
Yeah.
So Danny's friend came forward to me, and one thing led to another. I went and met with Danny in Queens, and it was an interesting experience, to say the least. I was not, he definitely isn't a calm and collected person about this, and I can understand that. It's a very difficult subject to talk about, especially something, he was 10 years old when this happened, so it's something that not only has been suppressed for so many years, but it also has lived in his memory.